Interesting approach with your drawings, Leona. I like that you have them as kind of progressions of assembly. I think that's an interesting approach. Your drawings are decent. I'm able to tell what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're getting at. Your notes are informative. Um, and I do think that your ideas are interesting. The one thing that I see a little bit problematic is two of them are boxes, and um, unless they collapse, they're going to be quite hard to store. But the second one, the one in the middle, looks like the kind of basket shape would be able to nestle, which is a good thing, or it's stackable. I guess it's fishing net. Um, what I think can be improved here is the presentation. Although your drawings are informative, they look quite squished on the page, and that the text doesn't have much negative space around it. Some of it looks like it's crammed in. So my suggestion would be that on presentation drawings, which are the things that you give to clients and are your sales tool to show them that you have great ideas and that you would do a fantastically professional job for them, is to lay them out thoughtfully and make the images the dominant thing and give the text some room to breathe, have it be nicely ruled and perfectly straight, all those kinds of things. So I think you're off to a great start. I do think, though, that the presentation could be upped a notch or two. Good work, Kelly. I found your selections to be interesting. My particular favorite is the flower, either tulip or the rose in the middle. I think that's quite a nice form. I like the idea of the center petals being the handles. I think that's quite creative. The second one, the third one, the pyramid bag, I think is quite interesting too, but I'm not sure how you get product on the inside of it. Does the top open somehow? I think in the drawings that could be explained better. And the one about the first one, I think is pretty interesting too. The kind of headless bag one. I don't know if it's supposed to be as tongue in cheek as it came out, but I think that's quite fun. The only area that I think that you could improve on here is the presentation itself. The drawings are strong enough to carry the information. The text gives us additional info, but I think that each of the ideas could be composed separately. I think that the text could be lined to make it straight, make it seem formal, and I think that an idea of composition could be applied to each one. So good work here. Again, I think the presentation itself could be tightened up. Excellent work on your presentation here, Don. I think it's really quite nice. Your drawings are excellent. They give a fantastic insight into what your bags look like, how they function. Quite a lot of detail there. That's really pretty impressive. The views that you've chosen give a whole lot of information. Your notes are thorough. They are very neatly done. Quite professional looking. They remind me of old blueprints. I'm pretty impressed here. I I really got nothing critical to say about them. The one thing that I did notice that you're missing is dimensions. So I'm not sure how big any of the bags are, but I think you've done a fantastic job here. Good work. Uh, Nice job on your presentation, Kimberly. I'm really pretty impressed by both your drawings and what you've done with the presentation. You've picked three interesting bags. You've done interesting things with the colors and textures and those kinds of things. Your notes are thorough, quite a lot of information there. You've laid them out in a reasonable, understandable way on the page. Because it's so good, I'm going to try to push them a little farther and be a little more critical than I have on other people's here. And that is, I think that you could even make them better presentation-wise. And one way to do that would be not to enter into the bag space, the object space with text, because what that does is it turns that space into a showcase for the text rather than being reserved for the drawing, which should be the most important thing in your presentation. So you don't do it in the star bag, but in option 2 and option 3, the space, the negative space where the handle is before it gets to the bag is filled with text. And what that does is it separates, breaks up the drawing and makes it not seem as cohesive, and then it turns that space into more of a placard for the text. So I would suggest that you don't do that. I would also like to see them more composed individually rather than as a group of three. So you have three ideas here, and I think that each one should be handled differently, not differently, individually. And you might set up a template where each one is handled exactly the same, and what's changing out is the information, but the template remains the same. Or you could compose each one individually as you see as appropriate to the idea itself. But those are actually, I'm being quite picky on it because I do think that you've done quite a good job here, and with a little push they could be quite spectacular. So very good work.